let's talk about one of the most important, but maybe one of the most overlooked parts of making your Google Ads actually profitable. We're talking about trust signals.
So let me ask you this. Are you spending money on Google Ads, you're seeing the clicks come in, but your phone just isn't ringing? It's a super frustrating and really common problem.
If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It feels like your ad budget just evaporates, click by click, but it never turns into actual jobs. It's like you're just burning money. So what's really going on here? Well, it all comes down to something we call the critical trust gap. Think of it as this invisible wall between someone clicking your ad and them actually becoming a customer. I mean, try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. Somebody has a problem, they search on Google and they click your ad. They land on your website as a total stranger, and you better believe their guard is up. Before they even look at your prices or your services, a question flashes through their mind, probably subconsciously. Is this company for real? Can I actually trust them? Your website is basically your digital storefront, right? If a customer walked into a real store and the lights were flickering, the shelves were dusty, and no one was at the counter, they'd just turn around and leave. Your website is no different. That first impression decides everything. It decides whether they stick around or just hit that back button. So how do we bridge that gap? How do we make sure we're making a great first impression? Well, the answer is trust signals. And what are trust signals? Put simply, they're all the little clues and visual proof points on your website that tell a visitor, hey, we're the real deal. They show that you're credible, that you're reliable, and that it's safe to give you their business. We can pretty much break all of these signals down into three main categories. Just think of it like a three-legged stool that's holding up your credibility. You've got proof from people, proof of security, and proof of authority.
All right, first up, proof from people. This is what you might hear called social proof. It taps into that powerful idea that we tend to trust what other people say and do. This includes stuff like customer reviews, star ratings from Google, and a big one, video testimonials. Seeing and hearing a real person talk about their great experience with you is just huge. Next, we have proof of security. This is all about making your visitors feel safe. When they see that little padlock icon in their browser because you've got an SSL certificate, or they recognize logos for secure payments, it sends a subconscious signal that their information is protected. A clear money-back guarantee also fits right in here because it removes the financial risk for them. And finally, there's proof of authority. This is where you get to show off your credentials. Are you a Google partner? Do you have certifications in your industry? Have you won any local business awards? Displaying these logos proves you're a recognized expert and a serious player in your field. Okay, but does all this stuff actually work? Let's look at a really simple data-driven test to see what kind of impact this has in the real world. So just imagine two landing pages. They're for the exact same service, getting traffic from the exact same Google ad. The page on the left is pretty basic. It just talks about the service. The page on the right is identical, but we've added just a few key trust signals: a customer testimonial, a 5-star rating, and a security badge. Which one do you think gets more calls? Well, the data tells a pretty clear story. Let's say we send 1,000 visitors to each page. The site without trust signals gets about 30 of them to convert into leads. But the site with those simple trust signals, it converts 50 people. That's 20 more customers from the exact same ad spend. What we're seeing here is a jump from a 3% conversion rate to a 5% conversion rate. Now I know, that might not sound like a huge number, but the impact on your business is absolutely massive. Let's break down what that really means. Because at the end of the day, we don't really care about conversion rates, do we? We care about booked jobs and revenue. So that jump from 30 leads to 50 leads. It's not just some small bump, it's a 67% increase in business. And this is the most important part. That's a 67% increase in leads and jobs without spending a single extra penny on your Google ads. You just made the money you were already spending work a whole lot harder for you. The takeaway here is really simple, but it is incredibly powerful, and it's something you can start acting on today. If you remember just one thing from all this, let it be this. Your website's first job isn't to sell your services. Its first job is to earn the trust of a complete stranger. Once you have that trust, the sale becomes infinitely easier. So I'll leave you with this question. What's one trust signal you can add to your website this week to start turning more of those expensive clicks into actual customers? If you want more practical insights like this, be sure to subscribe.
And if you want help turning your Google ads into real calls and book jobs, visit us over at Proper Marketers.